As where the crows go, nobody knows.
Hello and welcome to another vlog on the channel. Today we're here at Alton Towers. Hey, and obviously this is that time of the year again. It's probably the best time of the year for UK theme parks. It is Alton Towers Scarefest, and obviously this year is the 15th anniversary of Scarefest. And while it is still a brilliant event, I feel like next year they could definitely improve the lineup. But so far, this year for me is going to be different because I'll actually be doing the scare mazes. So for the actual lineup this year, the main lineup is Trick or Treat Town, Altonville Mine Tours, Darkest Depths, The Attic, and new for this year is a brand new audio experience from Darkfield called The Invitation. And we're going to experience all four of the main scare attractions in the Scarefest lineups, all the three main mazes and The Invitation. And because it's the weekend, all the scare attractions open at 1 o'clock and are open until the park closes at 9, so obviously that's absolutely brilliant. And obviously because I haven't got any scare zones, unfortunately I can't really film in any of the actual scare attractions. So I'll try to catch as many shows as I possibly can on that stage and film them for you, because that'll be brilliant. So I think the first ride we might go to is possibly the Smiler down that way, because normally it gets quite busy later on in the day. So I'll see you when we head towards the Smiler. So obviously if we just go onto the front lawns, and obviously this was all used for Oktoberfest last time I was here. They've all repurposed it for Scarefest, and I must say it looks really good. I'm not sure what these structures are for. I'm not sure if they're for Scarefest or for fireworks, because fireworks are starting next month, and obviously they've got to start preparing. But I think these may be for fireworks. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously they've got the stage up there. They've obviously rethemed that for Scarefest, and they've added all different orange and purple and green bunting just down there, some Scarefest flags. I'm not sure what that's for. I think this might serve the same purpose as these weird structure things, which might not be for Scarefest. I think they're for fireworks. Obviously they've rethemed all the different stalls from Oktoberfest to Scarefest themed with different scary names, and obviously that includes the Wonder Bar, which they have rebranded to look like Scarefest. And obviously overall it's a brilliant event. Obviously most of the main Scarefest theming, apart from the scare attractions, are on Tower Street and on Front Lawn. Also they've got these amazing pumpkins based on the secret weapon coasters, and the hay bales and the bunting and the iconic Scarefest letters just down there, and it is really good. So obviously we're all going to next head down towards X Sector to the Smiler, which I've actually just seen testing over the trees, or maybe have people in, I'm not sure. But we're going to go towards the Smiler now, and I'll see you when we go on that. we've just ridden Wicker Man as our first ride of the day, and that was honestly so much fun to get back on Wicker Man at Alton Towers. And obviously it's an absolutely fantastic GCI wooden roller coaster. And the good thing about Scarefest is that because it's open till late, we're going to be able to ride it in the dark, which will be absolutely brilliant. We'll be able to ride all the different rides and attractions in the dead of night in pitch black. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Wicker Man is obviously one of those rides that normally have an amazing lighting package for when it's at night during Scarefest, and I cannot wait to see it. And now we're heading towards Katanga Canyon, hopefully to go on Runaway Mine Train, so I will see you when we go on that. So we've just ridden Runaway Mine Train here at Alton Towers, and that was actually brilliant. And now we're heading past Jewel, see what the state of the attraction currently is in. Oh my word. They've never done anything like this before for a ride refurbishment. Oh my word. There's even like little peepholes we can look into. See if we can try and film some of it. Oh my word, that's quite creepy.
I can't see anything, Thomas. I can't see anything.
It'll probably come back on in a minute.
I saw a human head. Mum, have you seen a human head?
Oh, yes.
Are you seeing the human head?
It's about to show in a minute, hopefully. Oh, that's weird. Oh my word. That is cool. That is awesome. And obviously, they've even literally added a real phone number. You can actually phone and it plays a cryptic message when you phone it. They've got smoke effects as well. And apparently, this looks loads better at night because they've got all purple lighting and smoke everywhere. This is amazing. They've never gone this deep into the teasing and marketing for a refurbishment of an attraction. Oh my word. That is absolutely incredible. And I actually cannot wait to see what Jewel will look like when hopefully if it reopens next season. Which it's looking likely, because if it wasn't, they wouldn't be teasing it like this. And if it is definitely going to hopefully reopen next season, bigger and better than ever. Okay, so now we are heading towards Forbidden Valley to go and ride Nemesis, and for one of the last times of the season. Obviously the last time being when we come here for fireworks. So I'll see you when we go on Nemesis. So yes, we are here in Forbidden Valley to go and ride Nemesis, and obviously because the ride closed on the 6th of November this year, it means that at the time of recording you've got just under a month left to ride it before it closes. And for those who are actually a bit confused as to what it means by closing, it's not closing permanently. It's not like they're not getting rid of it. It's going to be closed all of next season. They're going to completely replace all of the track that you see before you with new track, and they're going to give it new trains, and it will hopefully be open by the 2024 season. So as you can see, just it going there. But one of the things that they've got to do with the new track, they've got to fill it all with sand, making the track a lot quieter, meaning that we'll never hear the iconic roar after this season. So take a good listen to this iconic Nemesis roar. It's just coming round. So iconic, it will be missed. But yeah, now we're going to go on Nemesis, and I will see you when we have come out of it. So we've just ridden Nemesis here at Alton Towers, and so that was a brilliant ride. Although, weirdly, and this is very bizarre, I'm not sure if it's because it's getting old or what, but that Nemesis didn't feel as fast today. I know that's really weird, it didn't feel as fast as it normally does. I guess it's maybe towards its end of season, and I'm not entirely sure, but that's kind of one of the advantages of the retrack. They're going to completely give it a complete makeover, fix everything. They're not going to replace the track and trains, they're going to fix any minor or major issues that the ride might have that's preventing it from operating 100%. Obviously, that today didn't feel as fast for some reason. Like I said, it might just be because it's just towards the end of the season, or I'm not sure. But it was still a great ride. I really enjoyed it, but it didn't feel as fast today, or therefore didn't feel as intense, which is very odd for Nemesis. Obviously, it's 28 years old. It's quite old for a roller coaster, so this retrack will do it some good. And now we are actually walking through Haunted Hollow back to Tower Street. We were going to take the Sky Ride, but for some reason it's closed. Because for some reason, loads of gondolas from the Sky Ride have been in maintenance recently, like 15 of them, or maybe more, which is very odd. That means that the ride needs a lot of maintenance. So basically it's closed right now. So we're walking back from Forbidden Valley to Tower Street, because it's currently 11:30, and in an hour and a half, we've got to start going in the scare mazes and the invitation. That's the time we've booked it for. So I'll see you when we do something different. So obviously we just got back from Forbidden Valley. We just had a dinner and that was really good. Now we're walking to our first scare attraction. It is currently like 12:25. We're going to go in going to start queuing up for our first scare attraction, the Invitation, which is the brand new audio experience created by Darkfield, and it looks absolutely brilliant. I'm actually going to just turn around and show you the queue line and what it looks like. So it's just around this corner, the entrance. So the queue line just starts down there, and if we go down there we can actually have a bit of a look at all the different theming. So they've even themed like the emergency exits for the games bunker. That is really cool. And oh my word, they've even built like a little graveyard outside the entrance. Oh! That is really cool. This is so creepy. Wow. They made it really atmospheric, this attraction. Obviously it's not open yet because it's currently roughly 12:30, so we've got a bit time before it opens, but we're going to wait before the queue gets quite long. But yeah, obviously they've made it with like immersive audio and theming. This is really cool. So yeah, just down there you can see the old Freak Show Toxic Junkyard finale, because this is actually built on the site of where Toxic Junkyard was last season, but they've not brought that back this season, so they built the Invitation, which looks really cool, and I cannot wait to experience it. So obviously we've got the restrictions here. It's not like a normal scare maze, it is an audio experience built by Darkfield, meaning that you're not actually wandering through different corridors or themed areas. You've actually sat down with headphones on, listening to scary immersive audio, and it's really cool. They've even made the sign, like the warning sign, immersive. Because there's a bit where it says this attraction is not suitable for those who are pregnant, claustrophobic, those with epilepsy, heart, back, neck conditions, those who are nervous or deceased. That's really cool how they've done that. And then they've even added things like this where they say, we look forward to meeting you for the rest of your life. So that is absolutely brilliant what they've done, and I will see you when we've gone in the Invitation. So this is what the queue line looks like for the Invitation here at Alton Towers Scarefest. As you can see, they've put a lot of detail into theming all the queue line, and I really like how it's right next to the lake here at Alton Towers. That makes it look really beautiful. I love all the exterior theming, and I've heard it's a lot heavy theming it on the actual interior of the attraction. This looks absolutely incredible. Obviously the attraction hasn't opened yet. It's not going to open for another like roughly 15 minutes, but when it does we will be entering the burial chamber, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I will see you when we have descended into the invitation. So we just experienced the invitation here at Alton Towers Scarefest, and I actually thought that were quite good. Although I do feel like they definitely missed the trick with that attraction. They could have very easily made it so that you were lying down in a coffin in complete darkness. I mean, it was in complete darkness. The sound effects were obviously top quality, amazing sound. But I think they could have definitely made it so that you were lying down in a coffin in pitch black, but we were led to believe you were sat in front of like a cage thing and there were vampires killing everyone. So that was good, but I do feel like they could have done better with the invitation. So yeah, we are going into our next scare attraction, our first scare maze of the day. I believe the next one will be Altonville Mine Tours. We're going to see the Skin Snatchers, and it was going to be absolutely amazing. So I'll see when we come out of that. So just experienced all 3 mazes at Alton Towers. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a chance to film in between the mazes to tell you what they were like. And they were really good mazes. My favourite one out of all of them is probably Altonville Mine Tours. That just seems like the most intense one. Obviously, these mazes have been the resort for a good few years now, especially Altonville. That's literally, this is its 7th season at the park. And it was definitely a really good maze. They're all really good mazes. The only one I would say that probably needs improving, or at least the most improvement, is the invitation. That seems to rely too heavily on audio. They could have added a lot more special effects to that, because I know Darkfield are capable of adding immersive special effects, even though the main feature is audio, and they actually pull off the audio really well. I think they could have definitely added more special effects to the invitation. Altonville Mine Tours, that was honestly amazing. Descending into the mine and getting chased by the Skin Snatchers was brilliant. The attic, that was really cool. I actually really liked how it utilised the actual tower's ruins for the maze. It added as that level of immersion to it. Although I do feel like the attic could have had a few more actors in it, because it felt like we kept seeing the same ones in each scene. And Darkest Depths, that is probably the best themed maze out of all of them. It was originally a family scare maze. But now, as of like 2020, they've made it so that it's an intense horror maze like the rest of them. That was probably the best themed one. It's got a lot of heavy theming in all of them, but particularly Darkest Depths for me is the best themed one. Out of all of them, it's a decent lineup for scare mazes. My best one was Mine Tours, definitely. But this is I now see why people think that this event should be overhauled completely in future seasons. If not this year, then I don't know. They should definitely overhaul it next season. I'm not sure if they will, but they could add all new mazes, because these ones have been here for years. They could definitely improve on the invitation, add a lot more special effects, and also add at least one scare zone. That will make me happy if they just add one scare zone to Scarefest. They probably won't, but we'll have to wait and see. But considering it's the 15th anniversary of Scarefest, you think they would have gone all out with it. But the only new thing they've added is the invitation, which has a lot of room for improvement, I must say. But overall, the actual lineup itself, each individual attraction is great, but they could definitely add a lot more to it than just mazes and the audio experience. And now we are going into X Sector. Apparently the queues have been massive, and we're going to hopefully try and go on the Smiler. We're going to be here until late so we can experience rides in the dark, which is probably one of the main highlights of Scarefest. And I will, if we manage to get on the Smiler, I will show you some off-road footage of it. So sadly, we couldn't get on any of the rides in X Sector because for some reason today, the queues for all of the rides and basically everything except the scare attractions are enormous. I don't know what the reason is, but while we're down in Nemesis of Terror, a lot more has actually taken place since we were last here. They've literally ripped up all the flooring in the entrance of the attraction, and it's all just scaffolding. Oh my word. They're definitely doing something with it, because it's never been this active with the attraction since for a long time. You can hear a beeping noise. I'm not sure if that's coming from in the building or what, but oh my word, they've ripped up literally all of the metal flooring where the entrance of the attraction would be, just down there. and they're definitely doing something with it. I don't know what, but whatever it is, we'll hopefully find out within the next few months. Maybe an announcement from the park themselves. This would normally be the sign that showed the wait times. I remember a few months ago it literally showed question marks on here. I don't think I actually saw it myself, but I heard about it online. This was the entrance for the attraction. They've literally ripped up all of even the stairs as well. Everything. Maybe because apparently they were all rotting before, so maybe they're replacing it with new ones. We'll have to find out and see, but they are definitely doing something with the attraction. Most likely going to reopen it, because they're not going to just replace everything with brand new stuff and not reopen it, just leave it abandoned. That would be kind of pointless. But I don't know, we will have to find out and see. So we're just ridden Spinball Whizzer, and that's probably like one of the only rides we'll be able to get on this evening, because all the other queue lines are very busy. There was like a 140 wait for the minute for the Smiler earlier, so unfortunately we might not be able to get on that. But it's actually really great to be here at this time of night again. We haven't actually been to Scarefest since 2020. We did late night rides in the dark back then. That was really good. We're going to try and more just like take in the atmosphere of Scarefest. We're going to hopefully try and do Garden Light Walk later and see some shows and whatnot. I do definitely think Scarefest would be a lot better and a lot more atmospheric if they had scare zones. Like this path we just walked down used to be a scare zone freak show, but that's not been here since like 2018. Obviously, yeah, like I said, if it had scare zones, it'd be a lot more atmospheric and a lot more immersive, and just a better event overall. But the free stuff they've got is good. They've got some shows on, and obviously the probably main free attraction they've got is Garden Light Walk, which we'll hopefully try and film later for you. So I'll see you if we go in the Garden Light Walk or if we see a show when we've done that. So we've just had an absolutely fantastic night ride on the Smiler just there, and that was so much fun. It was absolutely epic. Riding the Smiler at night is like nothing else I've ever done. It was a lot of fun. It was so atmospheric to get on it at night, and it was actually, I'm not joking, when I went on it, it actually felt a lot faster than it's supposed to. I'm not sure if it's because it just gets faster like during the day. But that felt a lot faster than it normally does. But it was absolutely brilliant. We might try and get on Oblivion. I'm not sure if we will, but if we do, I'll see you when we've gone off of it. So I just had a night ride on Oblivion in complete darkness, and that was so much fun. It's nothing like the rest of what they offer the rest of the season. And I must say the towers at this time of night are just stunning. Honestly. The way they actually do some of the nighttime lighting at the park is brilliant. So obviously it's not all bad with Scarefest, because even though the lineup isn't really that great, the actual theming that they do around the whole area is fantastic. I mean, literally just added some lights around the towers and it looks so beautiful. Honestly, that is amazing. Wow. So here we are entering the Garden Light Walk, Whispering Souls. And obviously this is actually one of the main highlight attractions for Scarefest in recent years. And it's really cool what they've done. It's obviously, it's not the most complicated thing in the world. It's literally just like adding some really beautiful lights in the gardens area, which is very unique to Alton Towers. Obviously with like different scare attractions, it doesn't always have to have live actors in it or anything like that. It can just like be as simple as a few new lights, and it will look amazing. Obviously they actually had this in the same season it was introduced for Christmas, but I'm pretty sure last year they replaced the Christmas version of this with Lightopia, and it's been like that ever since.
Mum's or mine?
Obviously this is a brilliant attraction. I first experienced this a couple of years ago at Scarefest 2020, and it is amazing. Wow, there's a majestic conservatory in the Alton Towers gardens. Oh, that is beautiful.
There you go, flashy lights. Flashes! Put it back. There you go. Feet's full again now.
That did not. Everyone's lights flashing.
Is that lever, I think?
Look at that.
Beanie CD, this one did it, Thomas, please.
Exactly.
Come.
I like that one. I thought that was
Flashing. No, it's some flash when people walk through.
Could be.
at least all our friends are even.
Wow.
Turn on when you have the candle. At least that's.
I don't know, that looks down there. You can go that
That's
way.
amazing.
It would help if that thing wasn't.
You can take a photo of it, aren't you, without...
So that is it for today's vlog here at Alton Towers Scarefest. It's been an absolutely brilliant day. Although obviously, like I said earlier, if the event really if Alton Towers want this event to become really popular and people to be like really interested in it again, they need to really overhaul the lineup. Because the current lineup they have, or at least the main lineup consists of 4 scare attractions, 3 of which are mazes. My personal favourite scare maze was Altonville Mine Tours. Although that's been here for a good number of seasons now. This is its 7th season this year. So I think next year they can completely overhaul the lineup with a new lineup of mazes. If the invitation returns, add a lot more special effects to it. And next year they could definitely add a lot more experiences that are free in your entry ticket, like at least 1 scare zone. That would make me happy. But amazingly, the highlight of Scarefest, because there isn't like loads to offer in terms of the actual event, the highlight has literally been Rides in the Dark, especially like the Smiler. There's nothing else like it. Honestly, it is amazing. And we are ending our day in Forbidden Valley, and that is going to be it for today's vlog here at Alton Towers. The next time we'll be here at the park will be for fireworks. We'll be filming all of the actual fireworks themselves, so stay tuned for that. So I want to thank you all very much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, then please make sure to like, subscribe, and come out and like to the next video. Bye!